right, welcome back to the how to make music, how to learn guitar, whatever you want to call it. It's a general music teaching session series of videos where I explain my philosophy and the way that I learn guitar, the way that I look at music, the way that you could potentially create music without complicating it too much. And this is the third video in the series, and we're going to go to step 4, because I said how I have multiple steps. So step 4, I may be repeating myself, because I might have said too much in the last video, I know, but, you know, bear with me if you know, there's something that you hear. I'm definitely going to elaborate a little bit more, fill it out a little bit more, to where before I just kind of touched on things. So step 4, everything in music is patterns. It's actually one of the easy ways to approach music. But as far as the language goes, language being music theory, it's all math. As far as the magic of music, that's all about feeling. That's all exists in the ether. It's bigger than us. Music theory and the language that we created to try to communicate to one another is more about math. It turns it into a science. Obviously, music is bigger than that. But again, like I said, music theory is important if you want to read music, if you want to communicate music with other musicians. That is really like any language that we have or created. The reason that we did is so that we could communicate with one another, and that's all music theory is. It's not a way to, it shouldn't be a way or a shortcut to create music or act as if it is all of music. Like, music is easy. See, music theory. Look at this. This is how, see how this works, and this goes with this, and it's all a science, because then you take the magic and the feeling out of it, and that's not the way you go. Even if you talk to a lot of teachers, like straight up teachers who are just teaching you how to read music, teaching you music theory, they'll even tell you, learn it all, and then forget it, and then you could do your own thing, which I always thought. I think personally you should only learn music theory if you want to communicate it with other artists, and if you want to, I mean, there's lots, I was going to say if you want to write it down, but you could use methods like I use, which is, you know, you could write down the chords, you could sing it or hum it into a tape recorder, and you could easily recall it later in the same way that reading a sheet of paper. It's arguable which one is easier, but both are effective. So that's just my opinion. And I think that learning that classic way of creating music, learning guitar, is kind of a waste of time, in that it slows you up to what's really important. To where in the beginning, when you're just kind of like pure and innocent with you haven't touched an instrument before, you haven't really tried to make music before in any real way, take advantage of that naivety, this purity, and the state that you're in, because you're never going to get it again. And the more that you pollute your mind with the science or the math of it, then you're going to rob yourself of some really great stuff. Yeah, it's used to communicate. I'm just referring to my notes. It should not be relied on as a way to make music. And the reason for that, and I will say this because this is more current and modern, the reason why it shouldn't be relied on is because that's how AI makes music. AI looks at music as math. AI thinks it's that simple. AI, artificial intelligence, thinks that that's the point. So if you do as well, then you're a robot, and you desire to become or be a robot. I wouldn't do that, me personally. If you like that and you want that and that's what you're looking to learn, then this is not the video series for you, because I'm not teaching that. In fact, I have tried so hard in my decades of experience making music to avoid as much knowledge, at least detailed knowledge and teachings of music theory and this and that as possible, because I don't want to corrupt that purity, that magic. That's where I'm coming from. It's more of a, let's think of it as a homeopathic way of approaching music, looking at music. I'm not the only artist that does this. You can think of somebody in the filmmaking world. David Lynch is very much like this. He would talk about fishing, grabbing something out of the ether, and then and just letting it be, not even needing to understand why it is. There's lots of artists that look at themselves as at the mercy, they are the servant of whatever music is, wherever they're grabbing it from, wherever these ideas are coming from, and they just go with it. There are a lot of artists who are self-taught. There are a lot of artists that reject this. The Beatles are one. You look this up. There's so many of the classics, so many of the greats did not rely on those teachings in music theory. So that's the whole thing. Not to shit on anything. If that's your thing, that's fine. I'm just saying it's not my thing, and that's not what I'm trying to teach here or to convey or whatever you want to call it. I'm relaying my experience and telling you how I do things. Yeah, it's best not to think like a robot. I think if you want to think like a robot, that's fine. If you want to cover a Jimi Hendrix song note for note perfectly, and that is impressive. It's like, wow, look at that. That guy is a great mimic. Look at that. He didn't miss a note. That's perfect. But that's not very artistic, is it? It's not very creative. It's much more creative to take a piece that already exists and try to put a new spin on it. Put your own personality, your own persona, whatever that is. Find yourself find yourself as an artist, and whoever you discover that is, put that on it. Put that stank on it. So it's instead be a human. Use your feeling. That was given to you. Let your emotion and the spirit of what music is, whatever it is, guide you. And then what I would say next is to play around with chords. See what sounds right to you. Find your favorite chord. That's a good first thing to do. Is it a G? Is it an A minor? Is it a D? Is it D minor? Do you like minor chords? Do you like major chords? Find them, and then you'll find that you go back to some of your favorite chords. Going back to what we were talking about patterns, there are patterns that just work. They go good together, like a G and a C, G, C. And I think I might have mentioned this before, but when I look at G, C, D, see how you're jumping? It's like you're freaking hopscotching. And then you can use that pattern, that chord, chord structure, and then just mix it about. So say you're going to do a verse and go into a chorus. The classic structure of songs. Let's say you're dealing with a verse and a chorus. Let's say that. So you're G, C, D. Say that's your verse. G, C, D, G. Then you go again. G, C, D. We're in the verse still. G, C, D. Here we are. G, C, D, G. I just went C, like that. Still just 3 chords. And then you want a chorus, right? So it's like, I'm going to start on the C this time. Still the 3 chords. Oh, C, and the G. Oh, the C, D, yeah. G, C, D, C, G, C, D. Do you see? G, C, D, C. That was just 3 chords. That's just taking some chords and playing with them. Another 3 that go good together. E minor, A minor, D, or D minor. See? Another little hopscotch. Or you can turn them into majors. E major. There's lots of patterns. There's lots of chords that go well together. Find out what they are and hear them and play with them. I was taught once of when you're messing with scales, first note, third note. The fifth note, they usually go really, really good together. Find out what those are. See, do, re, mi, fa, sol, and if you want to go that way, if you want to try to go, this is a little bit closer to like a music theory learning scales and things like that. So if you want to avoid that completely, then just you'll know what sounds good. You'll know that the G. What will I go to next? I said this in the last video, but I'm doing the G. What do I want to go do? Go to an F next. Okay, I like that. But is that what you want to say? Is that what you're feeling? Does that feel right in the moment? If it doesn't, then go to the A. Okay. Do I want to say that today? G A. Maybe not. So maybe you're gonna go G. Does that feel right to you? Let's just go with what you wanna say. Well, sometimes it's good to start with lyrics, then that'll help you find the way. Or G to E, G, or maybe C. So the next thing is, so that's the chords. You play around with the chords first. That chord structure that you're playing with, they can't be copyrighted. I think I might have touched on this before too, but what can be copyrighted is the melody. When you heard me sing along over the chords, now that can be copyrighted. Now that is the melody. You can sing a melody, you can play another instrument over an instrument, and that could be your melody, piano. If I wanna, you can play single notes. That's the melody over the chords. And then okay, so let's move to step 5. So step 5 is to hum a tune in your head. Sometimes, like a lot of us, we get like melodies in our head, in the kitchen, in the shower. We just find ourselves humming something. And sometimes we can't figure out, is this something I heard? Is this something new? Or sometimes it was something you heard, but you just hum. Everybody sings. Everybody finds themselves on a happy day in a moment by themselves somewhere, singing a happy song, humming a tune. So as an exercise, take that hum tune. First of all, always record it into your device, or if you have a recorder, to recall later. And then you listen to it back, right? So let's come up with a melody together. Off the top of my head. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Okay. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Now you find the chord that goes over that. That goes well with that. La da 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 la. It's an E, isn't it? La da 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 da. La da 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 da. And then see, we want to go up one, right? Same thing, similar. La da 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 da. Bum. We need a bum. Okay, so now we know we're going to A. Big surprise, right? That's that hopscotch thing I told you. Example. Now remember, I told you in the last video, you in the beginning are probably going to be pausing between chord changes until you get comfortable. That's another reason that fuck with an E, fuck with an A, and a D. They're right next to each other. It's a hop, skip, and a jump away. so they're a little bit easier to get back and forth from. So the now remember I told you slow the tempo. Slow the tempo down if it's going to take you a little bit to switch chords. That way it's not as noticeable and the pause isn't as awkward and you won't get discouraged. So and this is kind of advanced strumming. This will come. Remember I told you this is the most important hand, not this. This one, this is where the rhythm is. This is where the song happens. So you go like this. Remember I told you if you didn't watch the other video, I'll tell you right now. Think of it as a percussive instrument. So you're like. Now take the strum. Try this. Just tap on the guitar like this. Try to keep the beat going. Back and forth. And shorten it too. You go, but then you see how I shorten it, like. See, I like to play like here, just the first 3 strings. Long strum, then the short over here. Long strum, then the short over here. Long strum, then the short over here. You can use the same chords in multiple songs, but you're strumming differently, so it's a different song. It'll sound different to you. You could do different things with it. The strumming is everything. Right now, I'm using just my index finger and my thumb. I kind of make the action like I'm holding a pick. I never hold a pick. I don't fuck with picks. So these 3 fingers, I always keep the nails very short. These I just kind of trimmed, but these sometimes are super. Howard use long fingernails. Keep them long. No, you don't have to file them. You can file them into a pick. There are a lot of guitarists that do that. I just don't like to be bothered by holding the pick. The way I learned, like I told you, I took lessons from a guitar guy for about a week and some change, around a week. And he told me, always learn with the pick because it's hard to learn to get comfortable with the pick later. Well, I say, yeah, okay. And I did that too. But then I found later on that I much prefer just not being bogged down with any objects. Just play with your nail. See, holding it like that. It's like you're holding an imaginary pick. It's just you're resting. This is the main finger I'm using. This is the main nail that I'm using. And I'm resting it on this, kind of applying pressure. And then... But let's go back and get sidetracked. So we were like... and doing the slow tempo, right? So just do a slow strum at first. That's completely fine. Try to keep a beat. Tap your foot a little bit. See this? Like a little metronome to whatever tempo you want to go at. So see? And then you're gonna take a little bit. Even slower if you like, that's fine. Remember, don't feel discouraged if it's a little muted because you're trying to make that chord. Remember, I also told you I'm not going to teach you chords because you can Google that shit. You can find an E, you can find A, find a C. Remember, we're all working in open chords. Everything you need is right up here. I'm not saying don't go down here. I use bar chords all the time and all sorts of shit, but you don't need it, especially in the beginning. And a lot of the times, I know the other things, and I'd much rather be up here. This is home. This is home for me. I love it. Everything I need is right here. It's like when you have a little tiny home, and it's like I just reach over here and I grab the sugar. I reach over here, I grab a bowl. I don't even have to get up off the fucking chair, you know? Sorry, I'm cursing so much. I don't know why. I guess it's something about Monday. So... feel free when you're switching, when you're keeping that, keep that tempo going. When you're switching chords, you're trying to find it. Okay. Get that E major. remember, I'm humming sounds. I very much encourage write lyrics. You don't worry about, I'm not a good guitarist. I don't know how to make music. I don't know how to write. I'm not a writer. Don't think like that. You do know how to write. You do know how to make music. You know how to make music like you know how to make music. Nobody else knows how to make music like you. Nobody else knows how to write like you. That's why you don't want to spend too much of your time copying other people or comparing yourself to other people. It's all about you. This is the You Show, right? Sometimes I think by myself. Same thing, same as the humming. And don't worry about singing in a certain way or a specific way. It's like, oh, I'm not singing like Ariana Grande. I don't sound like Frank Sinatra. Don't worry about that. Just sing along and try to sound as close to the E. Try to go like this. Go E. Like when you're tuning your guitar. When you're tuning your guitar, I feel like I'm giving a lot this session, but 5 on the 5th fret. Here's another little tip and trick. Now, this requires you to tune this string using a pitch pipe or an app, a tuner. You can look up a YouTube video that'll show you how each the tone, the note that each string is supposed to be at. So get that right. Might be a little off, but it's basically right. And then you press on the 5th string, 5th fret, 6th string. You see that? This one open, A is open, and then you move down. And then, okay, I got it good. See how they sound the same? And then this one goes up one. That's a little secret on how you can tune your guitar if you don't want to mess with a pitch pipe. If you want to try to memorize what a low E sounds like, or you don't want to watch the whole YouTube video, or you just want to hear the low E sound in the pitch pipe app or the pitch pipe, and then you just do the rest like this, and you just, okay, that sounds good. This is in tune for the most part, so that's why I'm not going to do that. But so anyway, yeah, 5th fret. Little secret if you're out and about, and if you want to know if everything is sounding the way it should sound. So let's see if we have anything else here in step 5. The tune you're humming is a melody. Can be copyrighted. That's just legal bullshit. It's the most important part of the song. And this is the most important hand. Let's see. Yeah. So the reason why chord progressions, that's what they're called, are which is a series of chords together. The chords of a song is a chord progression. They can't be copyrighted because they're too common. Everyone has the right to use them. Everybody does use them. It's what you put over them that makes a song unique, makes it yours, copyrightable. And then, so I'd love to keep going, but I think that's it. I mean, you got step 4, you got step 5. There's a lot of information in there. Remember what I told you, hum a melody, or if a melody comes to you, or you find yourself singing, record it into your phone or device, recorder, to recall later when you have your guitar, play it back, find the chord, remember? La da da da. No, that's not it. La da da. La da 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 da. And then find the next chord that you're going to go to. And that's how you make a song. It's that simple. Go part by part. I'm probably going to be repeating myself again. This is probably in step 6, but I can't stop myself here. Part by part, look up what is the structure, the classic structure of a song. I mean, everyone basically knows. You got the intro, you got the verse, right? You got the pre-chorus, you got the chorus. Then you repeat a bunch of stuff. You got verse 2, you got chorus 2. Maybe you deviate, maybe you just repeat it. Then you got a bridge, like Taylor Swift likes to use, and a lot of everybody back in the day loved to use. And then, you close it out with the outro, and you got a song. So you go bit by bit. You write, because it's all writing, whether you're putting it into a tape recorder. You're not writing anything down, but that's writing, right? You're recording it, that's writing. You write the intro. You write the verse, the chorus. You record it into your tape recorder to recall later. The more you play it, the more you listen to it, the more you will know it, the more you will own it, you'll live in it. And that will always be more powerful than anything on a sheet of paper. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody's got their methods. This is mine. I believe this is the best method in the beginning. It's the most raw, the most pure. Keep yourself pure and innocent and one with the music, a servant to wherever this comes from. This magical, mystical force that is music. And don't let anyone else, other people, tell you, no, it's science, no, it's math. There's only one way to learn it. Here's how it is. Wait a minute. You know, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, and sometimes I come across it's like, this doesn't make sense. Why does this work? Well, it works because you're shrinking your brain down to a brain of science and math, and it's got nowhere to grow. So when something cosmic and different and interesting happens, you're confused. You're like, what? That's not how I learned. Well, maybe don't learn that way. Or learn that way and then learn more. And expand your mind. Don't put your brain in a box where it's like, oh, it's so stuffy in here, I can't. Just keep yourself open and free. This is the most freeing way to learn art, music. The rest, got no problem with it. Throw it on. Have it be another tool in your tool chest and your tool belt. But it's not the be all and end all, and it's not even the most important technique or method that you're gonna need to be the best artist you can be, to create the best that you can. That's all this is, and that's all this is about. Thank you so much for listening and watching another video, video 3, and I hope to do many more of these. Have a good one. See you later.